is applicable in all aspects of your life. That is if you want to grow. And I'm assuming, if you guys are here, you want to grow. Is that right? Can I make that assumption? All right, so for everyone who wants to grow, the tactics, techniques, and procedures that we are going to talk about are going to be immediately actionable and applicable to all aspects of your life. I promise you. I know a lot of you guys are thinking, this dude's an ultra runner. I don't care. I hate running. Why do I need to listen to what this dude has to say? It's because the same tactics, techniques, and procedures that allow me to finish a 250-mile race are the same tactics, techniques, and procedures that are going to allow you to stand apart from everyone else in your industry, from everyone else in your community, from everyone else in your personal circle. It's all the same. I promise you. All right? What I want to talk to you guys about today is changing the way that you think. Now, don't get defensive. I know some of you guys are sitting out there right now saying, I'm fine with the way my mind works. I don't. How are you gonna try to change the way I think? Don't get defensive about it. Okay? There are going to be multiple things we're going to talk about. Some of them you guys are going to be able to identify with and say, yeah, I'm already doing that. And if you are, that's freaking awesome. But if there are some things that we talk about that you are not doing, I challenge you to lean into those things. Okay? Lean into those things. And you know what's going to happen when you lean into those things? When you start to challenge the way your mind works, it's going to cause tension. But guess what? Growth only comes through tension. So if you feel tension around the things that I'm talking about today, if it's challenging you, if it makes you feel uncomfortable, lift up your hands and rejoice because that's your opportunity to grow. All right? Okay. Now stay. Man, you guys are in awesome group. Holy smokes. All right, changing the way that you think. The first thing that you can do immediately, as a matter of fact, you're already doing it, just by being here. This is probably the most important first step of changing the way that you think and becoming better. It's putting yourself around the right people. It's literally the most important part. You have got to take that step first. You have got to make an effort. I said you've got to make an effort. I didn't say you got to stand around and wait for the right people to find you, because that's not the way it works. You've got to make the effort. You've got to make the investment. You've got to seize the opportunity that is right here in front of you to put yourself around the right people. The people who have done the things that you want to do. I want you to understand something. John said earlier I was part of the Navy SEALs. We don't call the Navy SEALs the Navy SEALs in the Navy SEALs. You know what we call it? We call it the teams. We call it the teams. That's it. Enough said. The teams. If you want to grow, if you want to begin to change the way you think, you have got to become part of a team, part of a group, part of a community of people who are like you, but also people who have already done, again, the things that you want to do. I want to drive home yourself. The reason that I am here, standing, talking to you today, is this is a direct result of my mentors that have taught me, that have poured into me, that have had conversations with me. It's not because of me. See, there's nothing special about me. It's all because I seized the opportunity to put myself in the environment with people who were better than me and allow them to teach me and allow them to coach me and allow them to lead me. That started in the teens. And I've stuck with that throughout my entire life to this very day. That's the first step. And you guys, because you are here, I'm proud of you. Because you've took that first step. Continue to lean into that. The team, the community, is going to change the trajectory of your life. And unless I'm wrong, that's what Jake and Gino's mission is all about. Is it not? Am I wrong about that? That's why I'm here speaking today. Because I saw these guys doing something that I know is needed, that I know is going to help people achieve things greater than they could have ever imagined. And they are trying, they are putting themselves out there, they are making themselves a resource that you can tap into. And I see that and I say, man, I freaking like that. All right, that's the first step. Let's continue on with this conversation about changing the way that we think. So to summarize that first section, by putting ourselves around the right people, what are we actually doing? We're managing the input. When you're around the right people, when you're part of the right community, the right stuff is coming in. You guys understand that, okay? So we manage the input. What are we allowing to come into our minds and influence the way that we think, the way that we perceive reality? What are other ways we can manage the input? What media are you watching? What are you scrolling? What are you listening to? And what community are you a part of? Managing the input. You have to be hyper aware of that to change the way that you think. The second step that we've got to take to change the way that we think for the better is we've got to control the output. All right? We've got to be hyper aware in managing our input, and we've got to learn to control the output. All right, I'll tell you guys a story.